So I can just wipe that across there. I'm going to leave that because it's quite dark anyway over there. All right, so I've got quite a bit of dark green on this brush. Remember, if you're using acrylics and your room's warm, you might want to mix your colours up first, so you can just put it on quite quickly. Okay, so I've got 2 pots of water, one for cleaning and one for the clean water to do the mixes. So I'm being a little bit more careful this week as well. Again, I've got another dribble there, but I can wipe that off. This is purely because of the angle I've got this at, so I can video it. But you can have your painting flat or on your easel, you can lie it back a bit more. Okay, so I'm just going to change his tail a bit as well around there. So this is why it's important to make sure you've got all your colours mixed up ready. You don't want to be halfway through and then have to make the colour up again and not get quite the same colour. I'm not going to worry about that dribble in there, I'll sort that out in a minute. Okay, just a little bit more darker here. So my brush isn't too big and it's a bit softer, so I can go around the shapes easier. So you always start at the back, work your way forward. Okay, and then what I'm going to do once I put this in is do the blending again with the hard dry brush. So pretty similar to what we did last week. I'm just going to thin him out a little bit. Around there. Right, I've got some, it's almost like a yellow ochre there. So in that mix of green, I'm just going to add a bit of yellow ochre into it. Get some nice earthy green colours going on as well. I'm not going to worry too much about that because we're going to go back onto the bird after and come forward again. So really at this point you want to get your background how you want it, because we don't really want to be going back and doing this again, although you can keep going backwards or forwards. I want to try and get it pretty much how I want it. Okay, so I'm going to go for the lighter green now. Add some yellow in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some yellow. Okay, and what I do is I take it to one side of the palette and then add the blue to that. So remember, dark into light. Otherwise you'll have no paint left. I'm going thicker as well this week. Okay. Okay, let's just wipe that off there. Go around his tail. Just want to add a little bit more darker up here. Trim that down a bit. It's better. Just trim his beak down as well. Right, so clean my brush off. I'm just going to add a little bit of white onto there, so it blends in with the colours, just to get some light, because the light's coming from that way. A little bit down here. Then I'm going to get my brush and blend it in. So dry, hard brush. So this just gives it almost like a wet in wet feel. You don't have to do this. You can build up your background more solid. I like to do this hazy effect. So it's your own personal choice what you want to do. Remember, you don't have to stick to everything that's on your photograph. You can add bits in, take bits out. So you're in control of your painting. So you're putting in what you want, taking out what you don't want. Okay. So I don't want it to look like I've painted too much around it, or I'm going to go back into the bird anyway. I want it looking as natural as possible. So the background's useful to place your bird in, but also to take out any mistakes and make corrections where you need to. Okay, I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to start to go back onto the bird.